Hello, everyone. Welcome to another career session. We're going to be talking to Asma today. Asma came from far, far away, from completely kind of other side of the world. So we are quite excited to hear her journey, how she got from Pakistan all the way to Walthamstow. How she started, how she got herself into actually management position. So welcome everyone. The session is recorded. If you're going to have an opportunity to ask any questions at the end. If you have any kind of personal question, you don't want that to be recorded, please ask. Just say switch off the recording. We're happy to answer any personal question if you don't want that to be on the record. But welcome everyone. Make yourself comfortable. I think I have unmuted everyone. So if you have children around you or some noises, it doesn't really matter because we cannot hear you. Asma, unfortunately, I mute you. So if you could unmute yourself. Cool, perfect. Okay, so Asma, can you tell us how did you get here where you are?
Okay. So, we came here. I was a dependent on a dependent visa. My husband, he had a HSMP visa back in 2019, so we came here in 2019. So, which is he's an IT consultant, and he also has his system management, IT consultants, all that kind of sort of work. So he came, and then of course me and my two boys, we came as dependents. So I was teaching there for like 3 years, 2.5, 3 years in the primary school as early years, which we have a different name, we call reception class. We don't have early years before 3 years old. We used to be 3+. So I was like nursery class teacher and reception class teacher in year one. So, but before that, I had graduated from it's a very renowned college in Pakistan. It's like one of the it's like a dream college for the girls over there. It's called Kinnaird College. So I did my graduation from there in philosophy, international relations, and English.
Mm-hmm.
So then we just decided to move here. So I thought I will come here and I will, work in education. So that was from the day one when we moved here. I decided that I will pursue, probably I will work as uh, maybe as a TA because
Mm-hmm.
I wanted
Teaching
to learn
assistant.
teaching assistant. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
because our target was for our children education because, my husband is quite highly qualified and myself and my family, this is a very educated family background. And this is why we came here so we can have just the nationality. So, but then I came here and I knew it like I have to maybe do some courses to get myself into the teaching assistant. So I went to, even when I came in like after a month, I gave my CVs and I was interviewed as a teaching assistant, even as a teacher as well. Even though I didn't have any qualification, but I had 3 years experience, plus my experience as when I was like with my own children and in the college. So my English was okay. This was already I've been learning English since I was like very young. So, but then I found out that they told me in the end I was not successful. I didn't get the job because I didn't have the qualification. So there were 2, 3 primary schools around the area where I came. I came in the Leytonstone. So then I decided I should just start my career, like do qualification, go teaching. So I went to different colleges, I wanted to do it quick. And when they were telling me you have to do level 2 first and you have to do level 3, and I was thinking, it's a waste of my time. How can I do level 3 straight away? But in the end, they said, no, it is 2010. So I said, okay, I'll start with level 2 then if I can't do level 3, because I didn't think about doing PGCE, because PGCE, I knew like if I go in that route, I have to spend a lot of time, first of all, in education. And then I didn't want to, me and my husband, we didn't want to neglect the children. So my target was like I finished the job by 12:30, 1:30 latest, and that's it. I didn't want to work later than that. So somehow I started to do my level 3. I just went to enroll for level 2, actually. And then I met there are some other people, and they said to me, there is another private college, like it's my manager's friend, and she said like, why don't you? She's also offering level 3. and it's diploma in preschool practice, and it's quite quick. You might do in 1 year. Because I'm saying to myself, I started talking to people like, oh my God, I have to do level 2, level 3. When I look at the content, I feel like, oh my, this is too basic. So anyway, I said, okay, I have to do it, then I will start it. But then I went to her for level 3. I started in September and I finished in February. So
Oh,
she said to
wow.
me, as soon as you submit the work, your work will be marked. So I finished in 5 months my level 3. And
Wow.
then I was working in the primary school as a in the reception class as a work experience when you have to do your placement, and they were quite happy, and they really, I would say, I got a lot of support from them because
Mm-hmm.
I was teaching in Pakistan. So when I came there after a month, they started discussing with the reception, what do you call it? The lead for the reception class, the early years lead. So she was the reception class lead and all early years lead. So she started talking to me and she was started involving me in the planning. And she said, you have lots of ideas because we have, I work in a very good, excellent private school there. So she
Mm-hmm.
said, we share your ideas, share your, how you guys do these lessons. So I started lesson planning with them.
Mm-hmm.
So my target was like after finishing my level 3 in September 2011, I will start as a teaching assistant there. Already she said we are going to have a new pavilion. We will give you can work here. Then my manager Norma, where I'm working now, she was my teacher's very close friend. So she recommended me. My teacher called me one day and she said, oh, do you want to go there for just it's a 2 days work? I said, I'm not sure if I go in the daycare nursery. I never thought about it because first of all, I want to work in term time school. I don't want to work in a daycare. And she said, oh, just go and try it. And she's very nice. She's my friend. And I went there in February, and even I didn't have my certificate that time. And Norma, my manager, she's very talented, and she talked to me, and then I did my 2 days like a cover staff, like a bank staff, and she said, it looks like you have a lot of potential, and we have the nursery practitioner vacancy. Do you want to apply? And I even have the senior position, like a deputy manager position. As I said, no. First of all, I don't have any experience as a deputy manager, and as a nursery practitioner, I'm not sure because I don't want to work in the nursery. I never thought I can do the nappy change. So I was really open to her. I said, no, I don't think so. I'm going to do this work because especially I want term time only because I don't have any family in UK. So I want to I want to just look after my children. So anyway, she said, no, no, just interview. So I interviewed with her and then I started my work there from 1st of March 2011. So it's been 14 years, more than 14 years I'm working with the Sugar Plum Tree. And I would say like this is how I started my career over here. But at the same time, um, Norma was quite supportive because
Norma is the manager,
she's
right?
the
The
manager,
owner.
she's the
Yeah.
owner, she's the owner and the company director. So when I started after 2 weeks, she said to me because she saw something in me and she said it looks like you have potential as a leader. I would like you to, think about the deputy manager position. I said, I don't have any experience. There was two deputy managers already there, and one
Mm.
was on maternity leave. She said, do you want to, think about it, and then we want to offer you as a deputy manager, the maternity.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, but I can't work more than these hours because I was finishing 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, she offered me the position, and within a month, I was appointed as a deputy manager. So then I just, I think probably because when I started working, I like to, I was observing, how we work here, but at the same time, because I had my experience as well as a class teacher, so, how you do your time management, how you plan your activities, and
Mm.
how you deliver it, how you have, managing well within a team. So I had those skills, but at the same time, for 6 months, what I did when I was doing my course, I volunteered in one preschool. I volunteered in a primary school. So for 5 days, I was working in different settings. So this is I know we are not to that point yet, but I would just like you to make a note, like when I know people when they start studying, they like say, oh, okay, I have to do 15 hours placement, I'll have to do 12 hours placement. But how I learned, I did 5 days a week placement. Like it was free of I was not being paid. But this is how I learned so quickly, like spending more time in different settings. And this is how you get experience as well. There was there was a preschool in church, there was an early years daycare nursery, and the primary school. So I worked in I did the three placements at the same time. And then within 3 4 months, the preschool offered me as a covered staff. The reception class offered me as a midday assistant and as a sports, like a helper. So it just gives you opportunity. And then you also have, you show your commitments. So this is decided from the day one, because I wanted to be in the teaching, but then I also like early years, always early years. But then I ended up in a daycare nursery. So it's still of course, education is the same. I loved to, study about the EYFS. I did a lot of research when I was studying. I know we had a preschool diploma, but I was doing just, out of the box. This is how I learned and had the, kind of like start to have the grip on, I never had experience with working with special needs children. So when I started working here, I just pursued, and then within I think 2 3 months, I was being offered the position of a nursery center. And my manager said to me, "Are you interested? No, we have the course coming up, and we have a Senko in the afternoon, but we can see like even though you don't have the course, but you're working very well." We had two special needs children, and I was their key worker. So they said to me, "I would like you to go on the Senko course." So then I did the Senko course after 3 months as well. And since June 2011, they appointed me as a nursery Senko as well.
Cool.
But I'm just looking at the questions, so I don't.
Oh, you don't have to. I'll ask you the questions. Don't worry. You just tell us all your story almost without stopping.
I have a lot of experience. I have been to so many. I mean, sometimes it looks like when I look back and I think about my career, like it looks like it's kind of I have so many opportunities, but at the same time you have to show your enthusiasm, and you have to show, because people notice around you, and you always have the challenges when you just came from abroad and you just started the career. Within a month, if you're appointed as a deputy manager, then someone is making you the nursery Senko.
Yeah, Asma, going back to the time when you came to UK, what was the biggest challenge? Because it's massive, isn't it? It's completely different culture, different place. Are you coming from big town or small town?
No, I came from big town. I came from Lahore, and I have very how would I say? Yeah, I mean, I have experienced a lot of bigger cities, and also even the college and the family background. I have been, open to, and experience a lot of, it was not really. I didn't really fancy to come to London, to be honest.
I can imagine. Yeah, you had a good career back home, isn't it? You had a qualification. Now you have to go all the way, and someone is telling you, you've got one degree or 2 degrees.
I have one degree.
One degree.
It was not about the childcare. I just worked for like 2.5 years or 3 years with the early years. But I think it's just what I would say, like the challenge, for like looking at the challenges, because when people judge you quite quickly, and when you have experience, and when you have, even if you don't have experience, but it's like your own personal personality, and how you are handling, different situations. So what people have, when I came to this country, so I observed like a lot of people are thinking Pakistan is a third world country. People are coming from somewhere where they don't know anything. we have too much
Changing.
exposure.
Yeah.
We know over there, like if of course, when you talk to people and we used to like read a lot, and it's like a culture over there. A lot of people, especially, I don't know, maybe I'm talking about from where I come from, my family background, but education is quite important. Even though we didn't go for like a high kind of like higher education, because some of it was the culture in Pakistan as well. Like women don't work.
Mm.
Most of the women, they're like housewives, and because they don't have to work, they just feel like they can say, I didn't have to work as well. I just started working by choice because I wanted to. I felt
Mm-hmm.
like I have something inside, and I want to just go out and spend
Mm.
something productive. So the challenges, I felt like it's a cultural difference, because is there is a lot of support over there back home. You have support from your family,
Mm.
you have support from your colleagues, and
Mm.
it's like people understand each other. So what I did, how I overcome this challenge, I just observed first.
Mm.
I was just observing how the people, what these people, because I study psychology as well, so I was just looking at how people, like
Mm.
what their expectations are, how they're working over here, what is the working environment. I think I just focused on my work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, probably I didn't feel much challenges. When I started working, then there was like people were saying, there was someone said like, oh, I'm leaving the job because this new person came, is senior than me. Now she's appointed as a deputy manager, and I'm working here for 3 years. But I just didn't take anything personally, and I
Mm.
would say this is really, really important. Like when you're working, don't think
Mm.
no one should take things personally. If you focus on your work,
Mm.
and the paths, normally you struggle, of course, and because we have, when in back home, we have everyone, when people are talking to each other, they talk like with respect.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have of course, sometimes you do have like racist comments from other people as well.
Mm.
Especially I am taking the head stuff. Sometimes parents, like, they would not like to talk to you, and they
Oh dear. Yeah.
yeah, they prefer talking to someone who is from their culture, and you do feel like away in that sense,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the private daycare nurseries, because it's too very, very interactive.
Mm.
So I felt that with your skin and with your scarf, and as a Muslim,
Mm-hmm.
that was the challenge I had, a few times. And also, it's like stereotyping, when when those issues are going around, and then people are thinking, like,
Mm.
um, but yeah, I mean, overall, I would say I have to do like really, really hard work, but it did pay me off. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, to be honest, doing a level three educator course in 5 months, I never heard of anyone doing that in 5 months. That's just amazing, basically. It shows your dedication, it shows your, hard working. And I also want to mention, I think I remember when I came to the nursery where you work, I thought you just some kind of trainee or someone who is not a manager, because you just had this aura of kind of relax, kind of calm. And then when I went into the nursery, everyone was kind of smiling, and it really reminds me of the nursery my children went to and why I chose that nursery. It wasn't one of those, top-notch nursery, but there was that love and calmness and thing where I kind of like, you didn't have, I'm sure there are hectic times, but the children were kind of just like, hanging around, sitting, playing. Everyone was kind of happy, relaxed. Everyone was moving. There was no panic. And that was really, there was this kind of what we teach in neuroscience, neuroception, the kind of something that we feel. We cannot put the words in it, but you just kind of feel, oh, this is nice. This feels good. It's just like you meet someone. And when I met you, that's the same. I kind of felt, oh, she's nice. I bet the children absolutely love her because you've got that aura of calmness and welcome and love and things like that. So, yeah,
yeah,
I
it
just
takes
wanted to share
time.
that.
It takes, Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your positive feedback. But I think it's very important because if the word manager means that you can manage people.
Mm,
He, because when Norma appointed me as a manager, as a site manager, so that was around 4 years ago, and she always wanted me to work full time. So I was telling, and all the years, I mean, I was working from 7:30 to 2:30, but then because my children they were studying, so when my younger one finished the A levels, then I said to her, because she was still I was out of my hours. I always used to come home. They used to call me for anything, any help, because I was also I'm the safeguarding lead of the nursery as well. So
mm,
within 6 months, when I started in 2011, first I was appointed as nursery Senko, and also they gave me the safeguarding lead position as well. So I was
mm,
safeguarding lead with the other nursery director. She doesn't work there anymore. Then after, I mean, this looks like when I'm telling people, it looks like a story. It doesn't look like real. But then when I think back and then, and then Norma just called me. I think it was also like just not even 1 year of my career, and she said to me, "This is the pre-education team of Golden Forest," and I think after maybe 6, 7 months as well. So she said to me, "I wanted you to take lead of the pre-education." Because what I was doing is, we call it projection. So I
mm,
was making the plans for how we can take more children, where we can fit in the children, how we can make the room. So I was making the rota all the time. Every week we have like a rota, and
mm,
how we can accommodate more children, the way we can have more income. And even though I don't have the finance, is not my side, but she said to me she wanted me to be the lead of the free education as well. So I took on that role as well. Since then, so now I also deal with the finance. So I'm also the finance lead as well. Like, of course, we have a finance manager, but I oversee the finance side as well. Since then, so I'm just like, so it's just uh, so when you have too many duties. So as a manager, she made me the nursery director last year, because now I'm the company nursery
Oh,
director.
I didn't know that you actually direct as well.
Yeah, so
Wow. Okay. You're everything, Asma.
it's not
I think Norma should be worried if someone watches the video and is trying to recruit manager. Because with all your skills and all your dedication and your kind of aura and natural your personality, it's you've got so much to offer. You do.
So
Yeah.
last year we decided to have, because we had two sites. We have Earthscape, but we call it Earthscape site. So anyway, we have the two other site. It was not registered for the free education. So because I'm the pre-education lead, so I decided, I said to Norma, I will take the lead and I will to register the other site as well. So the second site as well. So of course, that is a lot of paperwork. Just
Mm,
for the
yeah.
pre-education, everything is online, and it's massive amount of paperwork. So when I started the registration for a process, Mama said to me, she was trying to say to me before as well, she wanted me to be the registered person. So then I agreed with her, and she appointed me as a registered person for both sides, for both nurseries.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when she appointed me as a nursery director as well, it was last
Mm-hmm.
March
Yeah.
2024. So I'm also taking those responsibility as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's just, the whole team, you have to spend a lot of time with the team as well. And I think more listening, and then I try to solve their problems. And everyone came from in our nursery. We have so many different cultures. So even though
Mm,
it's totally different, but what the strategy I adopt, and I would say which really works as a manager, you should be able to listen to your team. And even though you have your say, you would say like, okay, this is the C, and the end, the
mm-hmm.
team has their say, but you have to give them reasoning
Mm-hmm.
why they should do this, what is the benefit, and what is your suggestion.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
always, if something, how the daycare nurses are. It's a lot of, I call it conflict resolution,
Mm,
a job as well. So you have like little things coming up. So you always, try to be fair, and try to be
mm,
try to be just neutral,
Yeah.
listen to your both sides, and then this is how all the staff now they're really calm because they know
Yeah.
like if something is going wrong, they can come openly to me, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be biased at all because they know my personality. Even if my friend or my son or whoever
Yeah.
is working there, everyone is treated on the same level. Inclusion is very very important because
Yeah.
uh,
So, Asma, you were saying at the beginning that when you started to do level three educator, you work for three different places. Did
yeah.
that help you to kind of realize what is a good work placement? Because obviously that's the first time that you work kind of in UK and the culture may be a little bit different. And working in such a small and important team with the children where you basically rely on each other, right? So did it help you to kind of realize that when you taken, for example, this job, that this is the nursery I want to work with?
Um, to be honest, when as I said to you before, when I started working in the nursery, I never thought that I will work in the nursery. That was the first thing.
Yeah.
And I did not think about it like, okay, this is the place for me to work.
Mm-hmm.
My understanding was because I discussed, my husband, when I was started working, I said, what do you think? Because I know, 7:30 start and 12:30. So my personal opinion is that until you try something, you don't know because I haven't worked like I didn't work before in a totally private daycare nursery, like where I'm going,
Mm-hmm.
like I was working directly with the children as a key worker position. So I thought I'm going to try it and I'm going to put my full effort because my ideal situation was the primary school. And
Mm.
this is
Yeah.
why we still have a lot of people, and when they're doing the level three, and they would say, I want to work in the primary school because this is my target. But then
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking on the same lines, but then actually, until you start work, you have to try it because I
Yeah.
think the daycare nurseries, it just helps for the work for the mothers
Mm.
because it's quite flexible. You can have half a day shift, you can have 2 days shift, and you can work, also parallel, your family life as well. So
Mm.
that is the reason. And then when I started working here after a couple of weeks, I said, no, this is the place for me because I
Mm.
felt welcoming,
Mm-hmm.
felt valuable. Because
Mm.
when you go some, and even I was thinking like I'm not going to work here, but then it's a daycare nursery, and I don't know these people. I know the people in the primary school. I worked there 6 months. I want to just stay there, but I thought when I just worked for for a month or even less than a month for 2 weeks time, I realized like the whole environment was welcoming. It was quite friendly. uh,
Mm-hmm.
we had mixed people, of course. As I said, I had a lot of challenges where people have their moods, people have their. But then, if your manager is recognizing
Mm.
your skills and valuing your skills, that's more important.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
even other people, like when you're trying to engage with the other people as a team member as well, I did observe like there are people like who wanted to be the part of the team and they were including me in the team. They were saying to me, okay, there was one person who was like, just can't take me, but then the other
Mm.
two people were, they were fine. So you can never have the ideal situation. It's
Mm.
just you have to adopt to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But most important, the reason I felt like, yeah, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to work was that the manager she was very flexible,
Mm-hmm.
she was supportive, and she was giving me chances. So
Mm.
someone is recognizing your skills, and
Mm.
it's really, really gives you a lot of positive energy.
Mm, yeah, yeah. And I guess it really helped because you were very clear at what you need, what works for your family, right? You were like, I need this, I need to work that way so I can function well. So sometimes you can have the best job ever, but if it doesn't meet your needs, what you need at that
And
time for you, you're just not going to have the right balance. So that's probably very important as well.
it was very
Um,
supportive.
yeah,
Because this is why I think I thought this is the right place for me because you know when people are coming and they're looking for the ideal situation, like everyone cannot be on the same level, but
yeah.
if you're doing the hard work and people are recognizing your hard work, and then especially
Mm,
as I said, like they were really really very supportive, and they
mm,
are give me a lot of chances to progress, even though a lot of people can do a lot of things, but then not, and Norma is like this. So this is
Mhm.
how we do as well. Like if we will see potential, this is what I learned from her. If I see some potential in someone, I will always say to that person, "Come on, you can do it.
Mm.
Take the
Yeah.
lead." And that person will, "No, you need to teach me first. No, you need to try it out. You can do it." It's
Mhm.
just like that kind of power what she gave me. It
Mhm.
helped me to, kind of like go ahead and
Mhm.
confident
Yeah.
to try out the things. And
Mhm.
of course, I was always, asking her, communicating with her, this is and I was always bringing the ideas to her. But she was accepting, these ideas that, yeah, this is
Mm.
really nice.
Yeah.
Let's try this. Let's do this.
So, have you got any advice for someone who's just kind of come from different country, different culture, and it's kind of feels like, yeah, I want to work with the children, where to start, what to do, and also if you would, looking back, would you do anything differently?
So, first advice I would say to anyone coming that, you have to work hard.
Mm.
Childcare it's not like any other job, because I still feel some people will come, they will work for a month, and they will say like, they don't want to work with the children. And
Mm.
sometimes people will come, they will do the course, and they will just wanted to do another course, and then you can feel that childcare is not their passion. So, what advice I want to give, like, if you really want to do the childcare work, or any childcare courses, or if you want to step into the childcare, you should have the patience and the enthusiasm to work with the children,
Mm.
because this is really really important. Because and I can see the difference in people who are just coming and saying, okay, it's the end of the month, I'm going to get my salary. And there are people who are saying, children is my passion, and there is difference. There's
Mm.
very visible difference. So that
The
is the
children feel it, don't they? Children know.
children know, and then your managers, like your seniors, they can, they know that as well. Because you know we sometimes, we do say to people, like when they're counting minutes to go and counting minutes to come in. And
Mm-hmm.
I hear from my manager, it's not a factory, it's not
Mm.
like a desk job. So nursery job. And I would say to people then who are coming from abroad, especially from my culture or any other, like Indo-Pak or Indian, that culture, we have very different system there. The way we deal with the children, the way we are, talking to the people. We would say, out of respect, we will not say something if something is wrong. We would say like, okay, she's from my background, so I need to be careful because I don't want to upset her. I would suggest them like, be focus on your work and be straightforward, and also uh, follow the system. Like, don't confuse yourself. Because and if you don't know anything, just go and ask the questions. Read about the child care, read about the it's so simple. Even if you read about the practice guidance a couple of times,
Mm-hmm.
you would know what to do. Just
Mm.
read more, because sometimes people read it for the just to do their coursework, and then they never go back and read it again.
Mm.
My advice is read EYFS, read the practice guidance and the statutory guidance. A lot of childcare workers, if you ask them about the statutory guidance, they don't have much idea. That
Mm.
even like if you will ask someone like, what is the measurement for the, for the 2 to 3 year old, and how
Mm-hmm.
do we, like, if it's a 10 square meter, how many babies we can take in the 10 square
Mm.
meter? It's a very basic question for the statutory framework. So they should just try to learn this, instead of like waiting for someone senior to come and say, oh, you can't have more than 5 children in this room. So
Mm-hmm.
build your knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and
It's never
learn.
ending when it comes to children, isn't it?
Pardon?
It's never ending when it comes
It's
to
never
working with the
ending.
children.
Yes,
And because there is always something new, there's
something.
children coming from different families, cultures, challenges. We
Yes,
know more now, don't we, about
yes,
children, about send children. There is more children being born, because
yes,
of the medical advances. There is more children born prematurely. Sometimes they can have more challenges, but
Yeah, just
yeah.
read about the children, read about the families, listen to the and try to just learn a bit, learn more about the culture, and
Mm,
then you should just you have to change your I change my style or the way we do things at
mm,
back home because we teaching differently, but here it's different. So you just have to try to follow EYFS. Then I think it's like the key to success.
hmm. But I'm sure you brought something from back home that you
Yes,
implement here because you found it helpful, you know? So,
yes, no, no, definitely. I think what I probably bring from back home is just it's probably myself, my personality. Also, I would say, of course, English language helps quite a lot. I had mathematic skills, which helps you a lot, the problem solving and these kind of
mm,
skills, and people management.
mm,
Because when I worked in the school, I had a big team of, we had like around 200 teachers over there. It was a very big private school.
mm,
And that helped me a lot, how to
mm.
deal with people. Because I would say just be professional.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, has anyone any questions? It's 40 past 7, so we should be kind of wrapping up. We don't want to go too much over time. So, if you've got any questions, you can write it in a chat or you can raise your hand. But yeah, it's quite amazing what you shared, and it's lovely to hear your story, Asma. It's
thank
quite
you.
reassuring that if someone works hard and and like you said, it's not for everyone. You have
Yes,
to have a passion. So because it's not a job, it's
it's not a
vocation.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah. So I don't see any question popping up. So like myself, usually after the session, have any questions for Asma or for us, feel free to email us. Someone is, yeah, I'll switch, I mute someone. So if you've got any questions, please get back to us. I want to, the ones who didn't come on earlier, who came later, I want to share our next event that it's going to be on, where do I have it? I think I put the details here. Oh yeah, it's here. Can you see it? It's only document on in a Word because we just put it together. So we're gonna have a career session with Prem. He is civil engineer, very passionate about science, work at Ministry of Defense, and want to get more children to be excited about science. So he set up after school club called Avia. Those are workshop where children explore the science and um, it can be very exciting. Did you see the information? No. Okay, I didn't share. Don't worry. I thought I shared, but I didn't share it. I do apologize. Basically, I there was just the information about that event. It's on the 13th of May at 7 p.m. The same thing. So I hope I can see you there. If you're thinking about setting up after school club, or you want to just learn more about Prem and science and how beneficial that is for children, please join us next month. And Asma, thank you so much for your lovely, lovely talk and all
Thank
your
you so much.
experience. I'm sure you're going to do very well. It's it's been lovely to hear your story. So I'm
Thank
getting
you so
some
much.
messages. I've got Sarika from India who is working as a maternity nurse. She joined us. Yeah. And okay, so we'll end up the session now. Thank you, everyone. Come back to us if you've got any question. Sarika, probably, yeah, you joined late. We're going to have a recording, so we can send you the recording. But if you've got any questions about courses, just email us. We can set up call where we can discuss your experience and really kind of discuss what are your plans in the future, because not for everyone is perhaps the most common educator course. You might look for something else. And we actually have a session on early years educator tomorrow. If anyone thinking about setting up, doing that course, please email me. I'm going to email you after the session saying thank you for joining. So if you've got any questions, please get in touch. Okay, thank you very much. Good night, everyone, and all the best. You take care. Thank you, Asma. Thank you, Helen.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
For listening. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.